The Underdog Podcast. It's your host T. Lee and my co-host Jack Cowden will be live today as usual.
Was pulling up, they acting like they couldn't see me. Now she wanna clean me up like a squeegee. I told her that's on me, baby, like yellow BZ. With the peanut butter tear like a Reese.
Keep on persevere through all the obstacles. Get it done. That's the underdog.
They don't forget the underdog when they see me. I hit them with the John Cena, they can see me.
You may overlook this person, but the underdog is the one who's going to put in the work.
It's over, you know? Because you have to lose to win. Whether you think losing is a big event.
Out of mind. All I'm saying, just be careful who you idolize. I'm kicking these scriptures just before the fame. Ain't no cap in my words, I go against the grain.
So I always believe in, like, I took so many risks to make this thing happen. You know what I mean?
I'm always working, bro. Like I said, I'm energy driven. Underdog can put you on your ass. The underdog can put you on game. The underdog can show you something that you didn't know.
Can't go down. All you can do is go up. So are you gonna stay where you at, or are you gonna move up?
Feel the bangers. Feel the bangers.
He said he's nervous. This is his first time doing it.
Cut her ass off if she could I can reread.
Yo, what it do, good people? This the Underdawgs Podcast. Yeah, man, I am your host, Fleetwood, JR, man. Happy Saturday, people, man. Second month of the year. We still up, man. We still pushing, man. First week of the month, first Saturday, man. Hope everybody putting their feet to the floor and keeping it pushing, man. You know what I mean? No brakes, no gas. You feel me? It's keeping it pushing with Fleetwood right now. Pushing with the Underdawgs, man. You know what I mean? But it's going to be an episode how we always do, man. Inform, inspiring, enlighten the people. You know what I mean? Giving out plenty of good information. You feel me? There's been a whole lot going on. You know, it's always going to be something. You feel me? So, yeah, you know how we do it, man. I got the clips ready. We finna dive into some good motivational, inspirational messages. You know what I mean? Some wisdom. You know, straight like that.
Meditation for me is more like being present. I'm not trying to think anything. I'm not praying about anything. I'm just still observing. So if my mind is racing, and it might be nerves, or it might be there's a bill due, or it might be this is happening in the family, I'm noticing it and I'm trying to let it go, but also not fight it. Bring my attention back to like my breathing, something that's currently happening, the sound of that fan, and try to like focus on that. And what you'll notice is like my mind will start going to something else. Like, oh, my mom said something on the phone, boom, boom, boom. And I'll start thinking about that. And I might go on a 30-second trip on that thought. And then I catch it like, oh, look what just happened. It's fine. Let me bring my attention back to that fan. Something that's like present moment. And like, I want to become a person that does that every day, not just when like I feel anxiety or I feel stressed.
Yeah, man, I feel like that's a daily habit that we all should do. Rather make time for it early in the morning, later in the evening, give yourself a good, 10, 15-minute meditation, man. Just slow them thoughts down, you know what I mean? Just escape the present moment, not even escape the present moment, because your thoughts have you thinking ahead and behind and what happened yesterday and what's going on with this. Like, meditation bring you in the state of mind of the presence, you feel me? So weed out all them thoughts, man. It's hard, being that we live in the world we in, there's so much going on. Your thoughts is just going here and up, man. But sometimes we gotta unwind, man. Too much going on. It's like you're trying to cram everything in your mind, I got another clip, man. We're gonna keep it going, man. Motivational clips right now. Happy Melanated Month too, people. You know what I mean?
What are you?
What I think about.
What else are you?
I am healthy, vibrant, and thriving.
How do you do what you want to do and have what you want to have?
Have a goal, believe and feel it's already happened, and do the work.
If thou canst believe,
All things are possible to him that believeth.
For unto everyone that hath,
Shall be given, and he shall have abundance.
to be the boss.
I gotta pay the cost.
What's inside of you?
A spark of the divine.
What did your Creator create you to do?
Create.
What is your mind?
My garden.
Whatsoever a man soweth,
That shall we also reap.
whoever sows sparingly,
Will also reap sparingly.
whoever sows bountifully.
Will also reap bountifully.
A man can receive nothing.
Except it be given him from heaven.
Where is the kingdom of God?
Within.
Ask,
And it shall be given you.
seek,
And ye shall find.
knock.
And it shall be opened unto you.
What is our family building?
A legacy of health and freedom.
Real talk, man. I like how, he said your mind is a garden, so everything you plant, in your mind is gonna grow over time if you keep tending to it, keep giving it maintenance, keep, seasoning your mind, you know what I mean? Don't leave nothing, nothing unwatered, you know what I mean? You just always got to keep nourishing your thoughts or anything that you manifest and keep putting motion into it, make something happen, pay the cost to be a boss, for me. Like, gotta put your work in, put your time in, man. It's gonna be beneficial. You might can't see it in the early process with anything. Everything ain't gonna look like the final creation, just starting off. You gotta learn the technique. You gotta study the technique. You gotta live, eat, and breathe the technique. Like, you gotta put it all together like Legos, man. It's a process. You skip the process, you ain't gonna even, you're gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean? Or it's something that you're gonna be missing. You know what I mean? When you rush it. So take your time with what you're doing and put your all into it, and you'll get what you want out of it. Okay, then. We got the brother Nipsey Hussle, the inspirational message. You know what I mean? That's how we like to start it off, man, on the Saturday on a good note. You know what I mean? Here we go.
Music is spiritual. Anybody that with music long enough, if you don't cloud yourself and you don't miss it, you're gonna realize it's spiritual. You can miss it though, but if you in tune and you present enough, you're gonna be like, it's vibrations, it's the word. If you even read the Bible, in the beginning, it was the word. That's the first thing that the Bible says. So the power of the word is intense, it's real. To try to make music and separate it from a spiritual thing, I don't think it's possible. The actual active music, think about this. You going somewhere mentally and you bringing something back that people that aren't where you just went can hear in the place that you both are. Like, you go somewhere when you go pull a lyric down. Where is it at? Where does it exist? You know what I'm saying? And then you say it with your voice, and now everybody can hear it. There was a truth that existed in everybody's space. You just went and brought it down to the level that we communicate on. That's spiritual. Even producers make music. Where does the music exist at? They hear a B, C. Where does that, until they play it, they bringing it down to our level of experience, but it exists already because they heard it. So to think it's not spiritual, I think is being you're not thinking about it long enough.
Nah, most definitely, man. You know what I mean? Music is everything. Music is a vibration. Music is a frequency. You feel it. It's a feeling that you get. You know what I mean? It controls a lot. That's why you'll hear references to them 808 beats and stuff like that, man, and how it triggers the feeling, But most definitely, man, that's why it's in the era of the time we living in now, man, this drill music and all that type of stuff like that, it's putting out bad energy. It's putting bad energy, bad thoughts, bad action, reactions to a lot of things out here, mainly, to our people, But all we can do is just keep, putting more positive, vibes in the air, and just try to make everything better for us, because we're the only one that can control our true fate. You know what I mean? We can't depend on nobody else. But as this is Melanated History Month, you know, as this is Melanated History Month, you know what I mean? We're going to jump into high gear. Feel me? The late, great icon Tupac Shakur. That's how we doing it.
I talked to Brother Tupac, the youngster, 2 days before he was killed. The rift between me and Biggie, that ain't real. He said, they're creating that. But here's the next thing he said to me. He said, Prof, what me and Biggie want to do is take control of distribution of rap music. I said, oh boy, do you know what you're going up against? Do you understand the organized criminal networks you're going up against and the two major ethnic groups that run it? He said, yeah, we do. I said, well, you and Biggie can't do no shit like this. He said, we're not alone. We are organizing other young rappers. And he was dead within 48 hours of that conversation I had with him. You heard Michael Jackson calling some people out. He was trying to tell you. Sam Cooke was calling him out before Sam was murdered. He was trying to tell us way back then, 1964. But we haven't been listening because we didn't have enough people in this thing to really see. But history will erase the mystery. For all those who want to judge Kanye, study the history of the music industry.
Nah, most definitely, man. Like, from pop, you know, exposing and exploiting the system how it is, to Prince, Michael Jackson, a lot of others. You know, when y'all listen to their music, you listen to it, yeah, you like the hit, you like all this, but when you listen to the messages, you know what I mean? Like how Michael Jackson, when Kyrie got hit with the whole anti-Semitic, and Kanye was talking like he was talking. If y'all Michael Jackson fans, y'all know that he made a whole song talking about that type of stuff, man. It's like, man, y'all gotta pay attention, man. People gotta, you know, stop being entertained and actually realize what's going on. You feel me? Like, these people is, you know, to be in the position they in, you know, they're using their position to let us know what's going on. They ain't trying to be no sellouts. But yeah, it's all hitting the fan now, man. Too much information out here. Feel me?
I was a Black Panther, but you know, when Disney makes Black Panther, now when you look it up, you don't see my dad protecting his neighborhood. You see this character that's made for Black people to idolize, that was designed by a white person and put out by a white company. So it's controlling the narrative to say, we're going to show you Harriet Tubman, we're not going to show you Nat Turner. And they do it every chance they get. Maleficent. They called her race of people the Moors, and the Moors are and I just saw it again. I was just like, yo, if you erase our history, most Black people, we think we came from slaves. We don't know our bloodline, and we're given Black History Month, and we take that like it's some gift to us. No, it's a programming to us, because also what they show in Black History Month is us getting hosed down, reminding us that we were slaves. Like, what if we had, remember when I cheated on you month? Remember when you first found the text messages? How does that make you feel? It makes you feel depleted and defeated.
Yeah, man, all that Black history, all that stuff they be trying to feed us, man. The time is now. You feel me? We in the age of so much information out here where these kids is getting way more advanced than we was at the earlier time, the early 2000s. It's 2023 now, man. Everything that was there was never gave us. It was always there. It's just nobody really looked the information up. But I'm gonna be honest too. The same stuff that's being told to us right now was already being told back then from Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's out there, man. A lot of activists was putting all the messages out there for us, man. It's just it ain't nothing changed. It's just the truth, you know. Ain't nothing changed about what's going on. But nah, man, definitely. I say it's Melanated History Month, but we need to get the truth out there now, man. You know. And we going on, and that's what we over here doing on the Underdawgs podcast, man. We making sure the truth get out here. You feel me? Real talk.
Black people are the real American Indians.
They don't want you to see.
Saponi, the Catawba, the Creek, the Ojibwa, the Mohawk, the Seminole, the Rappahannock, or however you say it, the Passamaquoddy, or however you say it. My bad on this one too. The Taino, the Chickahominy, and the Ankecha. I'm gonna show you another picture of them too, just in case somebody say mixed, right? Hold on. And Chief White Horse of the Osage Nation, born in the early 18th century. Make sure y'all share it. Part 2, maybe part 3 coming up. You don't know.
Yeah. I just did a little quick Google research, man. How many Indian tribes? So the U.S. government officially recognized 574 Indian tribes in the U.S. But the only ones that receiving any benefits are the 5 tribes recognized, you know what I mean? Which is the Cherokee Nation, I know, the Choctaw. Let me see, man. The 5 tribes recognized. It's the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, and the Creek. But you got so many other tribes though that was on this land, you know. Hold on, give me 1 second, man. We finna get to it for real, for real. For real on here, man. So I say there were 574. The Navajo, you got Dakota, Choctaw, Creek, Kiowa, Zuni, Pawnee, Shawnee. It's so many, man. There's actually a map though that gives all the tribes as well too. Okay, I got it now. All right. From A to Z. I'm just gonna name a few because there's so many different tribes. But like I say, when Walter Plecker did what he did, only 5 that I just stated are the ones recognized that receiving reparation. So what happened to all the rest of the Indians then? Where did they go? Where all the natives went? Okay, they black. Everyone that wasn't recognized by the 5 tribes after Walter Plecker did what he did, they were considered Negro or colored. So look at yourself, man. I don't know where African American came from. Well, I know it came from your boy Jesse Jackson, but you know that was in the 90s. But you know, it's a long list on, man. You know, got the Blackfoot. You got man, it's so many. Choctaw, Cherokee, Chiraw, Chickasaw. I already said them a couple times. Chippewa, Chola. You got Eno, Erie, Freshwater, Guale. But I say all this to say this, man. When you go to any other land, say you go to Africa, right? Africans don't call them themselves Africans. They identify themselves by the tribe that they are from. You ain't gonna go over there and call them. You go over there and say, well, what ethnicity are you? Where you from? They gonna say, I'm from so and so tribe, or they gonna proudly, you know, put their tribe out there. They ain't gonna just give you no one thing. That's why that black thing is just a myth, man. That's just America's. That's America's way of putting us up under their classification. But we gonna keep it pushing with Fleetwood, man. Y'all already know it. Underdawgs. Feel me? You ain't gotta agree with everything I'm saying on here, man. Just do your research. All the information I'm giving, just backtrack on me. Go do your thing. You feel me? Go look in them archives. Google ain't gonna just do it. You know what I mean? But even these TikTok clips I'm pulling up, man, just make sure you go look into what what's being said, and then come up with your conclusion, man. But another one.
You gotta think about it. Nigga, it literally took 8 months just to get to goddamn Africa. Then you gotta goddamn snatch the niggas up and then take 8 months back. Okay? You might as well enslave the niggas already over here. And then niggas say, well, Von, our people over here already died from disease. Nigga, that don't even make sense because nigga, if the Native Americans died from disease, you telling me the Africans did it? Nigga, the Africans was so-called on a boat for motherfucking months with no food, no water, and piss and shit. And you telling me they survived that? And they around the same Caucasians with the same motherfucking disease, and they survived that. Nigga, they would have showed up in the Americas dead as hell. Okay, so they didn't go to damn Africa, my nigga. All they did was change your name into an African American. You was already here, bro. You feel me? The definition of American is a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races.
You talking about, man?
What is the argument? What's the argument? Like what's the original definite 1828 Webster Dictionary? This means, nigga, in 200 years ago, literally, the definition of American was you. The definition of Native American was literally you 200 years ago. So a Native of America originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races. It's only one copper-colored race on this motherfucking planet. Okay? But now found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. Okay, the original definition for American was applied to the native copper-skinned people of the Americas. What's really the motherfucking argument? What's really the argument? That's the original definition. You can go look that up yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Moving on, and then you can go even before I even move on. Then you can even go read Christopher Columbus, okay, and all the other explorers' journals. They said the first niggas they seen when they got over here was oily black-skinned people. Moving on. Number 3, okay? So now that you understand that the first Native Americans were melanated, okay? They claim that they went to Africa to get slaves because Native Americans all died from disease and Africans had stronger genes suited for slavery. Now, since we realize that Native Americans and Africans are the same motherfucking people, that theory doesn't make sense. Why? Because both of us have the same strong melanated genes. So if one didn't survive, then the other wouldn't. It would make more sense to just enslave the melanated people already over here instead of wasting time by going all across the world. Okay? Now, number 4, because I know it's some things like, okay, Von, you spitting, but why would they even lie about all this shit? Like why the fuck would they even waste time and just bullshit like that? Okay. Number 1, so you wouldn't get reparations, okay? You wouldn't get no money. You wouldn't get none of that money that you're owned. Nigga, we own billions, and that's just on the 3D level. Number 2, so we wouldn't consciously feel connected to this land and rebel to get it back. Now, what do I mean when I say so we wouldn't consciously feel connected to this land? Okay. For instance, every time a nigga talk about let's go back to Africa and shit, niggas be like, yeah, we could, but like I don't really feel like I don't really know. Like niggas be like, oh, I don't really know. That's because nigga, you know this is your home. And at the same time, you be in the back of your head like, damn, like this really ain't even my home. We do gotta go back to Africa. Nigga, this is your home right here. This is your own. So they getting you all psychologically fucked up in your head. You don't know which one to choose. Nigga, this is your home right here. And what do I mean when I say we wouldn't rebel to get it back? What makes you more mad as a melanated being? Oh, we came from Europe and we went to the Americas. Then we went to y'all homeland, Africa, and y'all was in mud huts. Y'all wasn't doing shit. And then we put y'all on boats, enslaved y'all, and then we civilized y'all. And now y'all have to do what we say, blah, blah, blah. Or we came all the way to fucking Europe because we don't mind our fucking business and we always trying to goddamn conquer some shit and be the top nigga. We came all the way from fucking Europe over to the damn Americas and we betrayed y'all because you got to understand, when they talk about the pilgrims and Thanksgiving and all that, you celebrating your goddamn demise, nigga. Yeah. When they talk about, oh, the Native Americans that helped them in the winter and then they killed all those Native Americans, the Native Americans look like us, nigga. Okay? So we came all the way from Europe, betrayed y'all, and then we later enslaved y'all. And now y'all have to work for us. Y'all have to do what we say. Y'all have to pay bills. Y'all have to even go to boring ass school, and y'all have to live in our society because we said so. And now we own y'all land, and y'all can't do shit. What makes you more mad? If I handed you a 4.5 or a motherfucking AK, and I said, nigga, let's go fuck some shit up, and I got 1,000 niggas behind me, which one would make you like, nigga, let's go pop some shit off? The second one, right? Okay, so that's why they didn't tell your ass. Because, nigga, if they would have told our grandma and granddad that shit, nigga, I wouldn't even be making this video right now. Nigga, the elders would have been got that shit popping. Okay, moving on.
Nah, that was a deep message, man. Like everything that we always be saying, he just really summed it up all there for you, man. Slavery was indentured work, man. That's what we doing today. Like 9 to 5. You feel me? Working to retirement. Retirement age is about 65, 70. You already about to check out of here. So you get up and go to work every day. What they do to your kids? You don't own your kids. United States own your kid. Let your kid miss a couple of days of school. The DCF is gonna come looking for you. They gonna come. You feel me? Truancy. You know what I mean? You can't. No, we gotta indoctrinate your children. You feel me? You think your kids, them not your kids. But moral of the story, man, this is our land, man. This is our land. And I say that because we are all over the globe. Melanated people are all over on every land. We're indigenous to this land. Don't get caught up and confused. Just look at the history. Look at all the records. Like he said, this stuff was never hidden. We just got indoctrinated so heavy because we went to this public educational system that's giving us our knowledge. They ain't giving us wisdom, but we're gonna jump into that later, man. But yeah, this is keeping it pushing with Fleetwood, man. Y'all rocking with the Underdawgs right now, man. You feel me? Yeah, we putting it in all that brainwashing and indoctrination, man. You know. Hey, if you don't believe me, believe it from another ethnicity. You feel me? You know how they say it, they always believe it when a Caucasian person says something. Well,
Black people listen carefully.
Secret societies exposed. Did you know that a lot of African American people are actually just American people? Yeah, just American people, indigenous American people, Native American people, Aboriginal American people, organic to the land. I'm going to tell you a little story. Once upon a time, long, long ago, long before any honkies, pale faces, or crackers existed on the planet Earth, dark-skinned, woolly-haired, heavily melanated beings inhabited every square inch of the planet Earth, long before the land masses even shifted. One more time. Dark-skinned, woolly-haired, heavily melanated beings inhabited every square inch of the planet Earth, long before the continents even shifted. So in 1492, when Christopher Columbus and his Spanish conquistador buddies came over here under the Spanish Inquisition and the doctrine of discovery and discovered a land that had already been inhabited for millions of years, that had a highly developed, highly advanced civilization already here, they found highly melanated, woolly-haired, copper-complected people, organic to the land, original people of the Americas, with a highly developed civilization. There's actually more pyramids on this side than there is on that side. In fact, the pyramids over here are older than the ones at Giza. The pyramids over here are older than the ones at Giza. You know what the original name for Mexico City is? Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. Tehuti, Thoth, the Egyptian god, the pyramid of the sun, Quetzalcoatl, Teotihuacan. That's right. That's why a lot of your African American friends, if you ask them about their ancestry, they'll tell you that they're Creek or Cherokee or Blackfoot, or they have Indian in their family.
Yeah.
That's right, because most so-called African American people are actually American people, Native American people, Aboriginal American people, organic to the land American people. Secret societies exposed. I love you guys.
Yeah, man. There you go. From another source, man. People telling it now, man. I want everybody right now. Take a look. The easiest thing you can do. Take a look at your skin. Is this black? I don't see black. I don't see black nowhere. Brown. Copper colored. Brown. Come on, man. Where black come from? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But every definition from the beginning, from the 1800s, Aboriginal, copper colored people. Come on, man. Hey, black is not no ethnicity. Black don't mean anything. That's why you can't get nothing up under this system by saying you're black. Come on, man. Hey, we finna keep it pushing, man. We got way more coming, man. You know. For real, for real.
If the Civil War is what freed the slaves,
tomorrow, man.
And the Civil War was fought between the North and the South to free the slaves, and the North won that war, right? Then how the fuck is the South still flying Confederate flags today? Wouldn't the North be against that? Because they make it seem like the North wasn't with slavery, that it was just the South. And that the North had this whole big issue with them having slaves. So the Confederate flag represents slavery, nigga. It represents that moment in time, right? So why would the North eradicate all the Confederate flags too? Why would that be against the law today to fly your Confederate flag? Because it's a lie. The North never fought the South. The North and the South on the same goddamn page, nigga. They the same group of people. It was the North and the South, which is the United States and Queen Elizabeth and all them bitches, versus us, who they reclassified as Atlanteans, and then reclassified us as Mississippians, and then reclassified us as all these different fucking tribes and Indians and shit. Because before we was Indians, we was black Indians. Then we just became Indians. In the 1800s, shit, we were just Indians, Negroes, black people, and color folk. Hell, it wasn't even no Latinos, like them tell it. Then in the 1900s, out of nowhere, here came Latinos. Then amongst Latinos, you got all these different. Come on, man. It's always been us. Your modern day black people and Latino people is the same fucking race of beings versus them. And the Emancipation Proclamation took us into slavery, nigga. We was never slaves up to that point. We was at war with them for our shit, nigga. Go read up on the American Indian War, but read up on it differently now. Know that that's you that color wars. That was us fought them. Fuck all these different tribe names, nigga. That's all us. That's what you focus on. Because then you get lost. Well, that was the Seminoles and we was Cherokee. No, that's all us. That's why we ain't never got 40 acres and a mule. Because 40 acres and a mule was what? Supposed to go to the freed families. And when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, at that point we became slaves. They reversed the history on us. They reversed it. Like magic. Just like they got us thinking that east is west. When west is really east. They got us thinking south is north. When north is really south. They got us thinking that we live on 8-9 different continents when we on one landmass. They have lied to you about everything.
Yeah, man. Free Rashad Jamal, man. You know, brother out here been giving a lot of good game, you feel me? And you know, in an unfortunate situation right now, and them people holding them right now. So, I mean, that's what happens. We all see what happens when our people, you know, want to enlighten our people or get close to bringing our people together, you know, by giving good, positive messages. It's always a disruption, or either they end up deceased behind it, you know. But we finna talk about the head honchos, them 13 families that don't never get talked about like that for real. They get talked about, but they really don't get talked about.
The 13 colonies were elite families who helped the Draconians
You can see
invade
Dick
and
Cheney,
steal the
Al
whole
Gore,
planet from all
9
the
Supreme
indigenous
Court justices
peoples.
shapeshift into reptilians. Did you know that for thousands of years, creatures from the constellation Draco have been mating with humans to form a super race that includes 43 U.S. presidents, most members of Congress, and the entire British royal family? Do you believe that intelligent life exists on other planets?
Encounters between humans and extraterrestrials took place over 100,000 years ago in Atlantis and in its sister civilization in the Pacific, Lemuria. Ancient civilizations on every continent have recorded evidence of these encounters. These visitors were highly advanced and did not appear in human form. Now, the Mayans called them Chanes, people of the serpents, and in Hebrew legend, the snake represented knowledge. Of course it did. It was not human. Not of this earth. History is replete with stories of the heroic destruction of serpents. Perseus and Medusa, St. George and the Dragon, St. Patrick and the Snakes of Ireland. But these are not merely legends, and the natural form of these invaders is not human. They are described in ancient accounts as serpents and dragons, and man's weapon against them is the sword.
Yeah, man. There's a lot going on, man, especially with all this alien information getting produced too, man. A lot hitting the fan, man. We just gotta realize, man, no situation is ever too unbelievable. You feel me? We can't obviously think that we the only living beings out here in this whole universe. You feel me? That's small minded. You gotta keep your eyes open to everything going on, man. Nothing ain't never no reach. You feel me? But yeah, man, just so we dive in more on this melanated history, you know, melanated history is every day though. It ain't just no month they gave us, man. You know what I mean? It's every day.
Got black people, you are universal people. You're not just black in America. The whole planet is black. It's 400 million original people. It's only 400 million Caucasians on the entire planet. You outnumber them 11-1, but they got you calling yourself a minor. You are the majority. Come on. It's 2 million, 200. Come on. We just under another name. And we think we are not the same. They just speak Spanish. Yeah. But they black. The same people. Yeah. The original Mexicans. Black. Yeah. Yeah. The original Chinese. Black. Black. Facts. Go in the mountains. Go in the rural area. Yeah. And so.
Yeah, we everywhere, man. We everywhere. Like, I'm glad I found that clip to show y'all, man. The show, man, we everywhere, we all over the planet, man. You know, that's why I keep saying land masses only make us different. Culture only make us different. But at the end of the day, we still the same people. We just distant relatives. We like family, cousins. You know, we just on different land masses. That's all. If we was all up under the same land mass, then we probably would all be alike. But that's the beauty of being melanated, though, man. We all different. You feel me? And there ain't nothing wrong with different. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. Man. Been a lot going on, man. So for the past week, China has had a spy balloon, so-called spy balloon, over the United States for about a week now. And that's been bringing a lot of attention.
I thought the rest of the world was waking up. But when I made this video and read these comments, no, we are still asleep. The same people that trapped us, enslaved us, took everything from us, they said it's a balloon. And now y'all believe it's just a balloon. Wake up. This is why everyone have a television in their home. TVs are not just portals. They also steal your energy. Check it out. So while we fighting and yelling, worrying about this, don't forget about the next project. The great shift happened. And if you ain't feel it, I guess you gotta wait for the next shift. But don't fall for the bait because this is next. Project Bluebeam. Remember the red cloud that we seen in Turkey? What really is it? Don't be shocked when you see the sky open up, the ground open up, the water open up. We are dealing with Project Bluebeam. This technology is real. Remember, the moment you live in fear, they can have you do anything and everything. Here are 9 tips to protect yourself spiritually. I thought the rest.
Yeah, man. While China got their spy balloon in the recent unfortunate event happens again, how it always happened, and get televised and pushed out in the media. Our own brutally beat and murdered one of our own up under the cold blue. Blue boys jumped on our boys. You feel me? One of our people. Our people against our people. It's always gonna get pushed and promoted like that. It's always been designed and designated for us to be our own demise through the whole situation until we once wake up, and start holding ourselves accountable and treating ourselves how we should as a community, looking out for one another, protecting one another. Them old values and mores that your grandma and granddaddy used to have. We need to get back to that, because that right there was a foundation. The neighborhood was looking out for each other. When the police weren't just rolling up doing what they doing in no community either. Now it's free game. It's like who gets to the top first instead of working together. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, is while all that's going on, Black Lives Matter, they finna push a whole new agenda with the what you call it. They about to spike back up with that. And then still with this balloon and this China balloon and all that, man, like they saying shoot it down, but I'm like, why would you want to shoot it down if you don't know what'll happen, But yeah, I'm finna air the organization out too, though, man, because I was a little upset when I was looking into it. I'm like, okay, I still, I really don't rock with the whole organization at all. I was using an excuse for the name, like, all right, I like the name, but I don't roll with what it stands for. You know what I mean? Like the organization itself. Like, but we gonna go into it, man. We putting it out there.
So exactly how Black Lives Matter spent their donation money. William Lajeunesse has been digging through it all. What do you have for us, William?
Well, Stuart, here you have an $80 million foundation. Last year, they had 0 board meetings and 1 board member. So that's not oversight. But the scrutiny is over use of donor money to hire friends and family. So 3 expenses stand out. BLM gave almost $1 million to Damon Turner, the father of the co-founders, Patrisse Cullors' child, to produce live events. $840,000 went to her brother, Paul, for security. Cullors also admits hiring her mother and sister to work at BLM's LA mansion.
I think it's important that people understand that while my brother is the head of security and my mom and sister did work at the property, it's not like I literally, opened up the bank accounts and was like, I'm bringing all my family and friends in. Folks had skill sets.
BLM also paid Shaloma Bowers $2.1 million for consulting. He and 2 others now serve on the board. BLM spent $1.2 million lobbying to impeach President Trump and eliminate bail. Cullors spent $73,000 on a private jet and used the LA mansion for 2 private parties, but later reimbursed BLM for both. BLM dispersed $25 million in grants to 31 groups. They banked $41 million, including $32 million in stock. Supporters blame any accounting flaws on inexperience.
I actually did not know what 990s were before all of this happened. Something's being weaponized against us that many people don't even know and honestly don't care about. It is such a trip now to hear the word, the term 990s. I'm like, ugh, it's like triggering.
Yeah, this 990 was the first time they've given any accounting over basically about 7 to 10 years at all, Stuart. Experts say family members should not receive donor money unless there are multiple bids and reviewed by an independent board. That didn't happen. As for accountability, BLM had 50,000 volunteers, one paid employee.
Man, fuck y'all, bro. Black Lives Matter. All I heard was money, 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 millions and millions of dollars given out, man. But one thing about it, man, we got the youth in all these different cities all across America. Yeah, y'all show up when somebody gets slain or murdered, but that's it. Y'all just show up like all sharp to show up, do y'all little marching and speeching or whatever y'all doing, going about your business, embezzling money. But you got communities out here with kids, are endangered, where they don't have nothing to do in their communities. You got impoverished, poverty areas, kids probably, going without, hungry, starving. A lot of crime come from situations like that. And not now time that I hit on donate money to the communities that need it, bro. So fuck BLM. Fuck all them ladies in the organization. Fuck everybody that rolled for it, stand with it, BLM, none of that, man. Like, we need to see a turnout. All that money should be at least making changes, instead of it's like an organization come up for the people, but they ain't changed now. Now, one thing about our situation. So what is it really for? Nah, they can miss me with all that, man. That's unfiltered version right there, man. That's what I think about it. To each his own, everybody got their opinion, but that's how I see it, so all right, we got another one, man. Feel me?
It's so much stuff going on in the world right now. It's kind of hard to keep up. How many people heard about this? I looked at it from a different angle, and it's not what the media say it is. So I took more angles. I was like, maybe the media is right this time. Nah, they wrong again. I ain't the smartest person in the world, but I know that's not no damn cloud. Let's do a quick spiritual breakdown when it comes to these timelines. This person is now going. This guy is now going. We don't got to deal with these no more. We are now hearing about space crabs at an all-time high, but no one has the answers. Another piece to the puzzle. I'm going to always talk about this timeline because we need to know about it. They found Cyrus' tomb, but found out that it was just a lie, but the energy went out in the universe anyway. This is not a cloud. It is actually a spacecraft. And if you look close, it looks just like an eye. So many movies that talk about how these aliens actually watch us. They watch everything we do. If you want to know how they open up the portals, check out the movie Stargate. Remember, it's not their job to tell you the truth. It's our job to want the truth. Watch Babylon 5. Blow your mind. While all this craziness is going on, remember, we are in the age of the witches. That's why everyone is trying to go back to nature. Once we activate these, we can activate our spiritual protection. We all got a spiritual shield around our body. There go a few crystals we can use that can protect your energy. Learn how to activate your hands. It's so.
Yeah, man. I encourage everybody to go get some Tourmaline. You feel me? For them EMF and radiation from all these devices we be using. Cell phones especially. Just make sure you get that Tourmaline and throw that energy out, man. Because like how they say don't stand by a microwave, woo woo, but all these cell phone towers is emitting so much radiation, all around us every day. 5G is the worst thing they could have did. And radiation also caused cancer, so yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man. We just gotta stick and move and know how to deal with it, basically. So we got another live clip of this spy balloon.
Sitting in my driveway here in Billings, Montana. And right now there is a ground stop on our airport. And this thing is up in the sky.
There's the moon. Right. And then there's that.
I am.
Yeah, it's going down. For real, man. Everybody just got to keep their head on the swivel. Feel me? All right, still throwing more clips out there, man. Appreciate y'all kicking it, keeping it pushing with Fleetwood right now. You know what I mean? You gonna get what you've been missing over here. Feel me? Don't worry, we got you.
A star is a sun, and the sun is the Christ. So the whole Christ story is talking about melanin people. Has nothing to do with some cracker running around 2,000 years ago. Has nothing to do with some Negro running around 2,000 years ago. The Christ is your soul. And the Christ is housed in the triple blackness of space called the dark night of the soul, melanin. And Christ is housed in a shadow. You live around the damn cracker. I mean the damn cracker. The shadow of the valley of death. I shall fear no evil. The shadow is called melanin. You get that in Jungian psychology. So the soul is the Christ. Melanin is the substance that gives birth to the Christ.
Real spill, man. That's legendary. Bobby Hemmett. You know what I mean? You want some knowledge, man? Go look into him. You know, you're gonna get a lot. It's gonna change with how you see things. Feel me? Oh man, we got a real deal exclusive right here, man. I'm gonna show y'all how powerful y'all really are, man. You know what I mean? Just melanated individuals, as this is Melanated History Month. You know, I say underdog, man. We ain't racist over here, man. You feel me? We can't be racist. We don't control no resources. That's what racism is. You feel me? And we're not, everybody got prejudice in them, man. But we just kicking the facts and kicking the truth over here, man. So, hey, just take how it is. But it's on the truth telling, man. Ain't no hate speech over here, man. We love everybody. We love everybody tapping into the podcast.
Yeah, I want brown skin. Are you kidding? Brown skin's a superpower. It really is. It makes you more resilient. That's why we call it a healthy tan throughout all of history, except for when people started to get pasty white in like the 80s and 90s because everyone got afraid of stuff. Carlos, go to the Dave Asprey.
Every cell of melanin in your skin is like a little brain. It doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't matter. Size, the brain, black person. The melanin in your skin adds to that brain power. The ancient Egyptians knew that. That's why they called their land Kemet.
Okay, can you elaborate as to why specifically black guys?
Yes, black guys are melanated, and I want my children to survive. And I know that the only way for them to survive in the future is for them to have melanin in their skin. So that's the way for me to, make my legacy continue.
Okay, I like that answer. That's actually a really unique answer. We were here yesterday. We didn't encounter that answer yet.
Now, there's one other part of melanin that I didn't explain. Melanin, the movement of melanin and the regulation of melanin is regulated by these glands that's in your body. The pituitary gland regulates the melanin, and the pineal gland secretes the melanin. And they got all these endorphins that do certain things, but it's all regulated, and it is all stemmed from a cosmic fire that's at the base of the root chakra, the base of your spine near the anus. And it's a cosmic fire, and that fire, they say, it's 10 times hotter than regular fire. But it is inside of our body, but it's the ethereal fire. And that particular fire shoots up the spine, and that's called the Kundalini energy. And it permeates the chakras and goes into the pineal gland, and that's where you get the serpentine fire or the cosmic fire. Our God is an all-consuming fire. Melanin is connected with dreams because melanin, in actual fact, is sleep. That's what melanin is. How the hell you think it can take melanin out of you and put it in a white person and the white person fall asleep? Melanin is sleep. Sleep is melanin.
You want to enhance more melanin? Get more sleep. Or you want to really enhance it, it's not the kind of sleep you get, it's not how much sleep you get, is what kind of sleep you get. And the key here is like the Upanishad said, when a person go into deep sleep, he goes to his own.
Yeah, man. Cause we keep saying melanin, man, just to break it down for you, man. It's all we are spiritual beings, but melanated is our skin, you feel me? Simply is why we go outside and we don't burn in the sun. We absorb the energy, we absorb the sun, you know. But there's levels to it, man. You know, I suggest y'all check out Bobby Hemmett, dive into some Dr. Clyde Anderson, dive into Dick Gregory, you know, get your mind right. You feel me? Definitely gonna do it, man. We just trying to vibe at high frequencies, man. You know, get the frequency high, you know. For real, for real. We ain't vibing at no low frequencies no more. Low frequencies is the reason why people out here killing each other and hating each other for no reason. Where you get all these senseless murders and killings from? Don't even have no motive behind it.
Kind of crazy to think that they could weaponize our information like that, right?
And I find it funny all of a sudden America's talking about Russia, Russia, Russia when you sold our information to the national bankers. You've been spying on us since 9/11 with the Patriot Act. The hell are you talking about? See, I don't get into that nonsense. Russia, calm down. Let's go back over here. America, what the hell are you doing? What have you been doing? You've been spying on us with all social media platforms since the very first one called 6 Degrees. That's before MySpace, before PhotoBucket was added to MySpace, before Facebook, before Instagram, before all of those. America sold the access to the minds of the people to vested interest groups, private corporations, the military, the CIA, and the FBI, so that we could be investigated in a way where we would accept, infiltrated in a way where we would accept. You pointing to Russia? Hold on. When it comes to America, I'm looking at what you have done to the people here. They always want to have us look at some boogeyman out there. You the boogeyman. Your policies that have been very detrimental to the freedoms of the American people, white, black, and everyone all in between. You have violated all of the constitutional rights of the people on a consistent basis and saying it is for the greater good.
Nah, most definitely, man. You don't realize, like, even with the whole little movement going on, man, they had us looking at China. When they talking about where we from or whatever going on, they want us to focus on Africa and not what happened over here. Like, you gotta pay. That's the biggest thing, man. People gotta pay attention to what's going on where you living at, man, because a lot of stuff is getting exposed first quarter. Like, it ain't not that you can't see it. It's just, are you paying attention to it? You feel me? But all right, man. So piggybacking to the knowledge and wisdom, man, just to break it down, the difference between both of them, being wise and gaining knowledge. You know what I mean?
It's a big difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is to know. So knowledge is centered around information. You could get information from anywhere. You could get knowledge from a conversation. You could get knowledge from a book. You could get knowledge from the internet. You could get knowledge from a movie. You could get knowledge from anywhere. There's a plethora of knowledge in the world. But wisdom is something different. Wisdom is knowledge put into practice. Wisdom is knowledge put into practice. Wisdom requires discipline. There's plenty knowledgeable fools out here. Plenty educated fools. You got people out here right now who can tell you a well-balanced meal, who can tell you how this food affects the blood and how this food affects the heart. They can tell you everything about nutrition. They can tell you everything about muscle mass and muscle density and how this exercise does this and this does that to get the shape that you want. But they can't put it into practice. You got people right now can tell you how to become a millionaire. They can tell you exactly how to invest your money. They can tell you about stocks and bonds. They can tell you the exact moves you need to make to become successful. But they can't bring themselves to do it. You got people out here right now who can quote every scripture from the Bible, can quote scripture for scripture in church. Exactly how to live your life, can tell you what thus saith the Lord. But they can't bring themselves to do it. Somebody right now can tell you how to move up in their job. They can tell you how to become upper management. They can tell you the exact moves you need to make to become upper management at the job, to make a bigger salary for themselves and their family. But they can't bring themselves to do it. There's some dude right now about to have raw sex with a known hoe. No, he shouldn't do it. Knows that she might have an STD.
Oh, man.
Knows that she might get pregnant with a baby he don't want, but she too fine, and he knows he should walk away. But guess what? He can't bring himself to do it. It's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge. Wisdom requires discipline. How wise are you?
How wise are you? Feel me? Real talk. Wisdom and knowledge is two different things, you know. And we all go along the journey. You feel me? It's just all about applying yourself, though, man. Everybody got all the good words and philosophers, and especially on social media and all that, man. I might be saying something good, but I gotta live by it too. You feel me? Put it into practice, man, because we out here trying to prove ourselves and do better, man, as people. You feel me? A lot of us come from a long road, man. You feel me? You too far down the road to turn around now. So what you make of yourself is very important right now, you know? But, yeah, man, we about almost to the end of this right now, man. But you know I got to throw the icon Tupac Shakur right now, you feel me? Just to shake y'all up a little bit with something that feels so relevant.
People have a problem being true to themselves. They have a problem looking in the mirror and looking directly into their own souls. Hey, to my nigga Pop. The reason I can walk around, the reason I am who I am today is because I can look directly into my face and find my soul. It's there. It's not sold. I didn't sell it. It's still within me. I still feel it. My heart is still connected to my body. Not that it's so special that nobody got it, but all of our gifts and blessings and our strengths and our weaknesses come from God.
Most definitely, man. You feel me? Don't lose yourself in the process. Stay true to yourself. Find yourself. Spend time with yourself. Learn who you are. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I'm riding with the Cheeto on this one, man. You feel me? The Cheeto was spitting. You know what I mean? I ain't with all the politics, but hey, he was cheating good.
Will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers and performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this? I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated from the program immediately. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family.
Yo, man, leave them kids alone, man. Hey, one thing about it, in the law of the lands, man, you got to be 18 to get you an assault rifle, get your hands on the chopper. You got to be 21 to get you a little handgun. So when they come to decision like that, man, little kids decide they want to transition into another gender, should leave that to a age where they old enough to make decisions on their own, you know, or be fully developed in the mind. You feel me? Like all this, the only reason I see right now is most kids is moving to that link to be curious and want to do that is because they getting caught in their developmental stages, being influenced by the society, media pushing all that BS they be pushing, man. And Trump ain't lying, man. You know, they trying to give medication for puberty blockers and all that stuff, man. A mind for a female, I believe, don't develop really until like 18. A man really 25. So what happens to that young boy at the age of 10 get a transition, and then by the age of 18 or 20 years old, once they're adult, they understand they done made a big mistake. Like at the end of it, man, leave the kids alone, bro. I'm not with all that. You feel me? Kids is not in the kid place no more. Y'all mixing adult activities with kids, y'all grooming kids. That's pedophile behavior, man. We don't tolerate that over here, man. For real. I ain't for it, Jack. At all. You won't roll like that, man. For real, bring the 90s back. So, yeah, man. Hope everybody continue to knock out the rest of the week, man, and bring your month together smoothly, man. You know, keep knocking out y'all goals. Make sure y'all at least try to meditate every day. Recharge a crystal sage, a house. You get your energy right, get your oil right, man. Don't let other people's drain your energy, man. Take time to sit there and relax, you know, because we got a lot ahead of us going on. There's always going to be some changes. But luckily for us, being the underdogs, we're going to make sure we keep y'all up on game, man. Happy Melanated month to my people, man. You feel me? This was Kicking It with Fleetwood. Keep it pushing with Fleetwood, the underdogs, man. Look out for, we got a lot coming, man. We got a lot coming. We just gonna keep the episode pushing like we always do, man. We got new music on the way, music videos this year, events going, man. More guests coming. It's just a whole lot of. You feel me? Year 2 in now. Feel me? Going up all the way. Appreciate everybody been tapping in. We just hit a 19 ball on the organic music video. You feel me? On YouTube. We looking for that 20 though. But yeah, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. We're going to probably tap in a little bit tomorrow too, though, but you already know how we do it, man. This was Keep It Pushing with Fleetwood JR, man. I ain't no
Gold mouth, rabbit on my teeth, I got carrots. Open up her mouth and she got vocals sound like Janet. Marble on the floors, but the kitchen kinda granite. Lean color perk, you would think it's pomegranate. I see flying saucers finna rolling up the planet. It will fall in place if it's meant to be organic. I got crazy lingo, you would think I'm speaking Spanish. I'm something like a pie, never leave without it. I'm enlightened, shit, I got stones around my neck.